Hey, what's going on, guys and girls? Cody here with some free-for-all on Bootleg Modern Warfare 3 commentary for your listening and viewing pleasure. And I know some of you guys are probably thinking, oh god, not another free-for-all. But hey, it's free-for-all's always been my thing. It's kind of been my bread and butter for the Call of Duty series. But if you guys want to see something else, leave me something in the comments letting me know what you would like to see me, what videos you'd like to see me put up. Maybe if you need tactics or help for a specific game mode, or maybe you'd want to, just see something different. Let me know what you guys like to play, and I'll be sure and look into that for you. Okay, so in any case, we're going to be running the ACR with a suppressor and a red dot sight, which means I am using the attachment proficiency. My perk setup is Sleight of Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro, and Dead Silence Pro, and of course, I'm using the Specialist Strike package, and that setup is going to be Sit Rep, Scavenger Pro, and Assassin Pro in that order. And this has been a great setup for me in free-for-all, and it incorporates all the perks that I find most beneficial to this game mode, and at least for my style of play. So if you're looking for a nice class setup to try out, you might want to give this one a go. Of course, you can always pick whatever weapon you feel most comfortable with, but for me, hey, it's the ACR, baby. Okay, so on this game, I'll be running around a bit more than I did on my previous video because some of you basically said that I was a little too campy for your liking. So you guys have spoken and I have listened. But I don't go full rush mode here, but I do stay on the move a bit more. However, I still stick to the core principles of my free-for-all tactics of holding down a portion of the map, and it's just in this case it's a much larger portion, more like a whole side of the map, so a much larger area to incorporate into my game style. Alright, so since the dawn of first-person shooters, or multiplayer first-person shooters I should say, people have disagreed on what the official definition of camping actually is. Some people find my style of gameplay camping, as some of you have already stated, and that's fine with me. But others like me, I just call that playing defensively. To me, a camper is someone who sits in a corner and waits for people to pass them by so they can just shoot them in the back. And these guys usually only monitor a very, very small area, and they almost never move from that one spot, unless of course somebody kills them, which is usually bound to happen. My style of playing free-for-all requires a lot more movement because they're usually patrolling a much larger area with multiple sight lines and transition areas. And usually I try not to stay in the exact same spot for too long so I don't become too predictable. Now, is it the most exciting or action-packed way of playing? Probably not to most people, but it is a safe and fairly successful way of playing. Now keep in mind, I don't post these videos to show off how great I am at the game, nor will you ever hear me say that I'm great at the game. I'm a pretty average player at best, but I do have a few years of experience at in the Call of Duty franchise, and I enjoy using what I've learned to help those who are new to the game or just struggling at it. Usually these videos aren't intended for the advanced player, but if some of them happen to get something out of this, and it makes it just that much better for me. Okay, so keep in mind that my style and tips are really just a very small example of the many different ways to play the game, and they all have their own strengths and weaknesses. If you're more comfortable playing a different way, then that's perfectly fine with me. You do your own thing, to each their own. But like I said, this is how I like to play the game. I'm not doing it to impress anyone. I can only hope that each video that I do put on this channel will help at least one person. And if one person gets something out of them, then it's made all the time and the effort and all the process that I've put into it worth it for me. And I'm always developing my own style and learning different things about Call of Duty, especially now with a brand new game in our hands. And to me, that's the mark of a true skillful player, as someone who never stops learning. And I'm always trying new tactics, and some work, and some don't work, and some only work in specific situations, but I try to implement a little bit of them all into all my strategies in one form or another. There are a lot of great tactics out there that you can use, and if the ones that I use don't work for you, then there's probably another one out there that will. You just have to experiment and practice in order to find the ones that are right for you. I've had to adjust my game, my strategies quite a bit actually in this game compared to other ones, because the game just plays differently in my opinion, and what worked for Black Ops or Modern Warfare 2 won't necessarily work for Modern Warfare 3. So when things aren't going your way, try something different. You may not like rushing or camping or, you know, playing defensively, but you'd be really surprised at what a different strategy can do to really boost your game. Now, there are a lot of times when I find myself actually deviating from my own strategies that work for me, and I kind of lose focus, and at that point in time I always have to stop for a moment and kind of reassess things. If I don't, it really turns out bad for me. It always helps me to keep my focus by deciding what I'm going to do before I do it. Now, granted, that's not always possible because you never know what's going to be lurking around the next corner, but keeping yourself mentally prepared for whatever's there can help you be more physically prepared for when you actually get there. When you see me take point behind cover, it's almost always done on purpose, so I'm better prepared just in case someone was to pop out, and eventually the routes that I take will become so second nature to me that I'll know exactly where these points of cover are, and I'll run straight to them instinctually without even having to think about it. But when you are moving from point A to point B and you encounter opposition somewhere in between, that's where you might need to change up your tactics on the fly, which is why I encourage you to continue to learn different playstyles. Each one of these playstyles has a different way of handling different scenarios, and when you develop tactics from many different sources and many different ways, you'll be better prepared for many different situations. There's no right or wrong way to play the game, in my opinion, although some ways are a bit more annoying. Speaking of annoying, I've got some annoying, and look at this, there's some guys sitting over there, and I did not, for some reason I didn't see them, but I could hear them, and I was looking for these guys, and I heard the tactical insertion going off. And if you guys are new to the Call of Duty, what this is boosting. It's what these guys are doing, where you set up a tactical insertion, you take turns shooting each other, whatever, in order to boost your kills. And I'm sorry guys, it's just a pathetic way to play the game. And to me it was a huge problem for Modern Warfare 2, and I was so glad when Black Ops made it where you couldn't use tactical insertions and free-for-all. So I have no idea why Infinity Ward allowed them to be back in free-for-all again. Horrible decision if you ask me, and that was really a step back from Black Ops for the Call of Duty series. Just my opinion. I'm sorry, you can hate on it if you like. If you're a booster, then you probably just need to find a different game to play, because if you have to stoop that low to get kills, then to me there's just no hope for you, in my opinion. I'm sorry if you're one of these guys. You know, you can hate on me all you want to. It's just how I feel about it. But in any case, other than some of these little annoying play styles, don't worry about what other people think of your own style. You know, you paid good money for this game, so it's yours to play however you like it, except for when you're boosting. Because, I don't know, it's just, to me it just ruins the game. It's just bad for everyone all around. But in any case, other than that, play how you like it, but do try to keep an open mind. There's a lot of different ways to approach the game, and you never know what might work for you if you don't try. And if it doesn't work right off the bat, don't write it off just yet. Some tactics require more practice than others, so keep at it. Keep developing your own style and never stop learning. That was pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure and drop it a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest on this channel. You can do that by clicking on my name there. Here's a couple of videos you might want to check out. The one on the left is my very first Modern Warfare 3 commentary. And the one on the right talks about my free-for-all tactics, and it takes place on the map Village. So some pretty good stuff. Be sure and go and show those videos some love. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.